guys, how's it going? This is another drawing tutorial. Today, as with many of my tutorials, we are going to draw something loserish from a video game. And today it's going to be Link's arch nemesis Ganondorf. So what I'm going to start with, right off the bat, is just a circle. And I'm going to draw it just like that. And bear in mind, you don't have, I'm using the shape tool for clarity, but you don't have to do that. I could easily draw a circle just by making a bunch of lines here. See, it doesn't have to be a perfect circle. I'm only drawing what I think is necessary for this picture. So now that I've done that, I'm going to bifurcate this circle with a line right through the middle. Except I'm going to do that again and actually have it go through the middle. Okay. And now I'm going to put one line going here, not slanting so much towards this area like they usually would, because this is going to represent a jawline, because Ganondorf has a very big, strong jaw, and we need to be accurate to that, so let's put a line here as well, and then just connect these two. So like with my other tutorials, I personally think that the best way to do this is to just start with a skull, and that's what we're going to do here as well. So we're just going to make the outline of where everything needs to go, and I'm going to, this area here where these lines connect is where the nose is going to be, so I'm just going to put a U there to let me know that. And at the top of that U, I'm going to put some lines going outwards, like so. Just like that. And then right below the U, but very close, I'm going to put a line right here. And that's going to represent his mouth. And now let's put some ears over here, just two simple lines. Again, this is just a basic outline. And let's see. Now for the eye placement. The placement of the eyes, the easiest way to do it, I think, is to draw however big you want the eye to be, right in the middle of the nose. I'm just going to put that shape there. And then continue to the left with the, try and make it the exact same size, and also continue on the right, trying to keep it the same size, because the trick to eyes is they're usually going to be, the distance between them will usually be the distance of one eye length, so that's an easy way to think about it. And last but not least, let's just add the indication of where I know my cheekbones are going to need to go. And there you go. We're done. Just kidding. Now what we're going to do is we're going to lower the opacity of this layer, and I'm going to add a new one. This is Sketchbook Pro, by the way. I guess I should have said that earlier. Sketchbook Pro is my preferred means of sketching. I think Procreate is probably my preferred means of painting. And so now we're actually gonna get to the nitty gritty of it. So I'm going to start just like I did with the nose, just like I did with the skull. I'm going to start with the nose. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to follow the contours of this line, but only so much. I'm only going to do about half, maybe 3/4 of it. I'm going to sketch out some of them like that. And now, starting here, I'm going to push some lines upwards on either side, and then just make the indications of nostrils there. Alright. And now for the mouth. Now, I know I did this here, and it's a very basic line there, but honestly what I'd prefer, and what I think is easier to draw Ganondorf with, is if you make a really interesting, moving mouth. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw a loopy little crescent line there, and I'm just going to draw two crescent lines out from either side of it as well. So it kind of looks like I don't know, like a seagull in the distance, I suppose. And I'm just going to add another one mirroring under it for the lower lip. And now because he's pushing his lip muscles up to the upper right, it's going to move his cheek muscles as well. So there's going to be a line there. And we're just going to add some details here to add the effect. Don't be afraid to add lines to Ganondorf's face. The older and more menacing Ganondorf looks, generally the better. Okay. In fact, take those back. I don't like those, but we do want an indication of a shadow down here of some sort. That's fine for right now. And now, let's start on the eyes. Now, how I'm going to do this is I'm going to start with the nose and sort of finish this top area and then extend outwards towards the eyes, if that makes any sense. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to crinkle his nose by drawing a crescent line like that with another one kind of half on top of it there. And then with two big lines here that'll indicate that he's scowling, which is generally how he spends his time. And some more indication that he's snarling there. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to make more indications of the top of his eyebrows, which are going to follow as if I looped this around like that. That's how that line is going to work. So as if that I'm seeing that happening, I'm going to make these lines follow like this. And now I'm going to do the eyes. So how I'm going to do Ganondorf's eyes is I'm just going to do a slanted line here, and then a line on top of it, extending from, it's as if they're all pointed towards this area right here. Then I'm going to do a line beneath it. And for right now, I'm going to leave it at that. I'm going to leave it at that. And I'm just going to do the same thing over here. Just like that. Okay. Okay, now what I'm going to do is his cheekbones. And Ganondorf usually has very high cheekbones, right beneath his eyes, right here and here. So we're going to have to make curved lines there and there. Also notice I have not put his pupils in yet, and for the purposes of this video I might put those in later, but actually in a lot of the games Ganondorf is seen without pupils, especially in the earlier ones. So for right now I'm going to leave those without. And see, now we're just going to add detail to all this fleshy area right under the eyes here, and we already sort of started with the mouth here, pushing the skin upwards, and because it's pushing it upwards, the bags under his eyes here on this side are going to be slightly raised, and these will be slightly droopier. And he's probably got crow's feet I'm going to give him because he's ancient. Okay. Alright, now the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to look, and as you can see, I've gotten a little bit ahead of myself, and I've drawn his face a little smaller than it really should be.